to Tyrian Characterology, the show where we investigate the lore and backstories from prominent characters in the world of Tyria. Last time I asked you guys to vote which of the two previous contenders for a seat at the Captain's Council that you would want to be portrayed this time. And so, with an overwhelming majority, Evon Gnashblade won out. It seems we've learned from our previous mistakes at the ballot box. Or have we? Let us go back and take a look at some of the secrets that this elusive business char hold close to his chest. So let's get started. The story of Gnashblade began in Lion's Arch. Here, he alongside his Gnash warband stood at attention before their legionnaire, Arya Gnashfang. They were on a mission to establish a foothold in the pirate city, and thus their legionnaire had laid out her plans before the warband. But for the first time in Evon's 20 years, he refused the command.
I can't allow you to pursue this path. I won't help you extort the people of Lion's Arch. It's not the way to establish a foothold here. Your intimidation strategy is unsound. It's not the Ash way.
His air ran out and he had to take a deep breath. As he spoke, the vein in his neck began to pound. His arms relaxed at his sides, hand touching the hilt of his dagger. His awareness expanded, his peripheral vision broadened. Gnashfang couldn't let the insult go without a comment. Through gritted teeth, she said,
"I don't care what you think, Worm Nugget. You just resigned the warband. Permanently."
With an impressive sweep of her arm, Gnashfang pulled her sword from her scabbard and swung it toward Evon's head. Evon was faster. With a quick double step, he put his body inside his legionnaire's reach and blocked the sword swipe. With his free hand, he latched onto one of Gnashfang's horn, pulled downward and stepped back, putting his own weight into the move. Then he drove his dagger deep into Gnashfang's neck and jerked it out along the spine. The sound of the sword clattering to the stone floor freed the Gnash warband from their shock, and they rushed to pull Evon off their legionnaire. When the others finally turned to look at him, he stood his ground.
I am legionnaire now,
he said.
You'll do as I say or join Gnashfang in the mists. Any arguments?
Not all members of the warband shook their heads, but none expressed an objection either.
Good. Give her an honorable pyre tonight. Tomorrow we establish the Black Lion Trading Company. Properly.
Thus, Evon and his warband set to work, but their funds were somewhat limited, and so Evon came in contact with a Savari named Sareb, who helped found the Black Lion Trading Company, with her share of gold from a previous partnership. Together, they applied military tactics to their market strategy, which quickly gained the Black Lion Trading Company a foothold in Lion's Arch, which, over the course of several years, placed them as one of the top grossing and most popular merchant enterprises on the continent of Tyria. For years, the Black Lion Trading Company flourished, but being the business charter that Evon is, this wasn't enough. By the year 1326, Captain Matrin of the Aetherblade Pirates assassinated Councillor Theo Ashford in an attempt to free up a seat at the Captain's Council, so that she herself could take the seat. Fortunately, Detective Marjorie Delacroix was able to track down the perpetrator's identity, which hindered Matrin's plan. But still, Theo Ashford was dead and the seat at the Captain's Council was still unmanned. And so, in seeking more influence on the city of Lion's Arch, Evon Gnashblade purchased a ship, making himself a captain and thereby eligible for participation in the selection process for the seat at the council. His contender? Lion Guard Inspector Ellen Keel.
Did you hear the bazaar is back? They're expecting Zephyr Sanctum to make an appearance.
No kidding. I've heard the bazaar can be dangerous.
And delightful. But I mention it to you for a reason. The Council has failed numerous times to acquire a trade agreement with the Sanctum. They'd be especially appreciative to any individual who managed to broker one.
Are you suggesting...
Yes. Go work that smile on the Zephyrites. You've got a better chance than those crusty old pirates on the Council.
I've always wanted to go to a bazaar. I've never been able to take the time off. Consider it done, Captain.
Wonderful idea, Magnus. And who better to negotiate a trade agreement than the head of the Black Lion Trading Company?
And so both Evon and Ellen went off to the Zephyr Sanctum to try and convince the Master of Peace of their cause.
Sir, my assistant and I have come to understand your people. May we discuss the possibility of a trade agreement between your charming sanctum and the great city of...
I'm not his assistant, sir. I can tell you that my city has much to offer you, year-round. Our gardens are...
Pardon my intrusion on your display of feathers. Tell me, do your people support you?
Absolutely. I am beloved among the people.
And you, Lion Guard?
What? Well, I'm rather well-liked, I suppose.
Good. You must both now impress me with the enthusiasm of your supporters. If you succeed, we'll discuss a trade agreement.
And thus, the selection turned into an election, giving the citizens of Lion's Arch the opportunity to vote which of the two contenders they would support. In return, Evon would slash the price of Black Lion keys, sponsor important historical research, and host popular activities. During the selection, Evon worked hard to try and convince his fellow citizens, while gathering funds to fund his campaign.
An Aetherblade airship crashed nearby. There's bound to be treasure on board.
Right, and you want us to blow up the ship?
No! I want you to drive off the pirates and plunder their plunder. My campaign could use the resources.
I like the way you think, Captain.
Hey, I'm a politician. He who lifts it, gets it.
But in the end, Ellen Keel narrowly won the people's vote and was granted a seat at the Captain's Council. Disheartened, Evon went back to his place of business in Lion's Arch. But slowly, the world around Lion's Arch was changing. Scarlet Briar, a fearsome Sylvari, terrorized the lands.
Keel's playing in the mists, while her leashholder Magnus has the best line guard out in Caledon Forest. We're undefended here. First, the Karka hit. Then, Sky Pirates killed a counselor in front of everyone. Now, Scarlet. That bag of crazy hasn't hit here yet, but she will. It's only a matter of time before she punches Lion's Arch hard. A city can only take so much punishment before it falls. Magnus and his mouse Keel will be the cause of it.
And just as Evon had foreseen, Scarlet attacked Lion's Arch. And with insufficient defenses, the city fell and the citizens were left to fend for themselves. Evon, trying to save his business, quickly gathered his Doliacs to transport out of the city through an Azure gate. But Captain Shad had other plans.
Evon, move your Doliacs! We need to get these people out of the city and shut down the gate.
What? That's your problem? Don't worry, Shud. I got you covered.
As he entered, the door shut down.
That greedy! How did he shut down the gate? Never mind. Get to the city exits!
The city had been evacuated, and Evon had gathered himself and his merchandise at the Vigil Keep, alongside the rest of the refugees from the city.
I warned Magnus. I warned Keel. I warned them all. I told them Scarlet was going to attack the city. Did the council listen? No. Because of them, your friends, your neighbors, dead. Now I know why he's Captain Magnus the Bloody-Handed. He has the blood of all those innocent people in Lion's Arch on his hands.
Evon Gnashblade?
What is it? Shouldn't you be failing at your job somewhere?
You've been hereby conscripted to Lion Guard service under General Emergency Statute 14.
You're joking. Someone tell me this sorry idiot is playing a joke on me.
For the duration of the emergency, you and Black Lion trading post agents will act as deputy quartermasters, outfitting all active personnel.
And what if I refuse? What if I pull up stakes and leave you suckers in the dust?
Considering you are now technically a Lion Guard supply officer, desertion would mean confiscation of your wares and summary execution.
So, it's either get robbed blind by you Lion Guard or get hanged?
Firing squad, actually. And it's not you or us anymore, Quartermaster Gnashblade. Speaking of which, we need 24 swords, 12 axes, 20 shields, and 40 rifles.
Just tell me one thing. Keel, she's dead, right? Come on, give a guy good news.
She and Captain Magnus are at a relief camp to the south, and your deputizing was Captain Keel's idea.
Of course it was.
While at the Vigil Keep, Evon was approached by a curious little golem named Hobotron.
You want a combat chassis and an energy amplifier, but no weapons? What are you, crazy?
Logic circuits are nominal. Is this design feasible?
Yeah, the amplifier. That'll take a while. I'll be honest, never had a Golem customer.
Will this irregular customer interaction delay delivery?
No, I don't usually ask this, but what's all this for? I mean, the Lion Guard's watching me close. You ain't gonna kill us all in some Golem uprising, right?
Negative. Non-hostile intent.
You better be right. This design of yours. You want to take a beating but not dish it out?
Affirmative.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be asking for payment in advance.
Error. I lack the sufficient funds.
Then go away. I don't work for free. Well, except for the Lion Guard these days. Damn that Keel.
Accessing pleading subroutine.
A begging golem. This ought to be a laugh.
This unit paid its debt to Divinity's Reach. The Seraph want to use me for an endless series of tasks. If I can aid in the assault against Scarlet, I calculate the act will earn goodwill and prove I am not her minion.
Sounds like the Seraph won't care, but the Captain's Council might. Maybe we can come to some kind of arrangement.
With Evan's help, Hobotron was geared out with the necessary equipment to help heal the wounded as the Lion Guard pushed their way back into Lion's Arch to regain the city. Their mission succeeded, and Lion's Arch was once again free of Scarlet. But though the Golem had used his new equipment to simply help the Lion Guard, Evan still wasn't quite done with him.
There he is, the hero of the hour. So, my son, how did it go?
Error. This unit is not your offspring.
It's a term of affection. Now, answer the question.
For this unit's service during Scarlet's termination, this unit was granted amnesty and employment with the Captain's Council. This unit will have a revenue stream to repay this unit's debt to you. Our transaction will be complete.
Complete? Oh, no, not at all. I saw your ID number when I was installing the combat chassis before your rumble with Scarlet. Traced it back to the source. Consortium. Seems they ran into some trouble on South Sun a while back. Involuntary servitude, an unsafe workplace, substandard living quarters, and at the center of it all, a little golem named Jobotron. It'd be a shame if Magnus's new Golden Boy was linked to such nasty business. Why, with the situation in the city, well, they'd dismantle you. So keep on listening, and keep on coming back to me with all the juicy tidbits. Here, cross me. You can run, but you'll never run far enough.
Lion's Arch was slowly rebuilt with the help and a lot of funding from the Black Lion Trading Company, though this was without much recognition.
But who did they come to when they needed all this concrete? That's right. City would still be a crater without me. Where's my statue? I can sure see why they made your building look like an octopus. Is there anyone in this city without a paw in my pockets?
Nonetheless, Evan crafted a brand new office and a vault to hold all his merchandise and, perhaps, a secret or two.
If Magnus's lion goons can't protect my shipments, it only makes good business sense to recruit a force all my own.
All the betrayal, extortion, murder, and dark secrets that go along with pirate politics always makes it fun to follow. Or is that just regular politics? Next time, we'll take a look at the loser of our vote, the winner of the election, Ellen Keel. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, I will see you in the mists.